What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In the last episode, we talked to Lady Impa, learned a little bit more about the backstory of this game, took a tour of Hateno Village, then took on a couple of side quests, bought some new armor, upgraded those at the Great Fairy, and now, well, it's finally time for us to leave this place and make way towards Hateno Village. Now, Hateno Village is pretty far away, actually, so there's a long journey ahead of us, but along the way, we will be able to activate another Sheikah Tower, and maybe complete, like, another shrine or two. So, let's not waste any time, hop on Epona, and get going. We are actually going to head back the way we came, but instead of going towards, like, the stable, we're going to hang a left at some point, and then follow that road, basically all the way to Hateno Village. It might seem like it's pretty far, but on your horse, the journey shouldn't take you longer than, like, an in-game day. You know what, real quick, let's stop here because this rock has been taunting me this entire time. So let me grab my hammer real quick, and we'll just bash this open. Really? Just some rock salt? That's kinda lame. Oh well, whatever. I should mention this because I saw someone ask about it in the comments. Yes, you can use your rune bombs to destroy those sparkly rocks. Now, the reason I don't do this is because, well, from my experience, when I blow up the rocks with my rune bombs, I get less rare material. I have, like, no actual proof or science to back that claim off of. It's just something that I sort of perceived. It might be a placebo effect, though, so your mileage may vary. But, I sort of noticed once I, like, used my hammers or other blunt weapons to break the rocks open, I got, like, more rare materials. So that's sort of why I stopped using my bombs, and now I only use blunt weapons to break open those rocks. But your mileage, like I said, may vary with that. Anyway, so as we're going towards the stable, the fork in the road is right up here. You can actually already see it on the map. But instead of just going forward, we will hang a left here and follow this road all the way to Hateno. Now, because we are traveling at night, and generally speaking, night is a little more dangerous than daytime, I'm gonna try and just, like, go through here as quickly as I can. But again, feel free to slow down, take your time, you know, breathe in the wild, so to speak, and just look at all the environments. There's a ton of stuff to see and explore and examine, especially on your way to Hateno, because, yeah, over here, like, you can see the remains and ruins of what looked to be once a battlefield. There are broken down guardians all over the place that you can search and find some, you know, ancient materials if you take the time to stop here. I won't be doing that right now. I'll just be going directly to Hateno. But, trust me, feel free to just spend some time and look at everything. There's even, like, a hut over there in that forest that you can check out. There might even be a diary in there that you can read. Not too sure. So there's all these sorts of interesting things to do and see in this world, and I feel kind of bad that I'm, like, rushing directly towards the next town and sort of ignoring those. But again, this world is so big and there's so much to do inside it. We will be going back and forth between these areas quite a bit. So even if I do pass something up right now, chances are I'll be back for it a little bit later. And that's sort of why I'm not making a big deal to stop and collect every single Korok seed that we've passed thus far, because there have been quite a few that I've just sort of said, you know what, I'll come back and pick those up later on. That being said, let's take a quick stop here. I'll drop Epona off, and we'll make our way over to the Sheikah Tower in the distance. You know, actually, it probably would have been smart to bring Epona with us, because there's still a ways to go to the tower. But generally speaking, horses can be a little bit temperamental, so going across those small, like, narrow stone bridges is a little bit iffy with them. Like, if you leave them too close to an edge, they get kind of mad at you and won't move forward. So rather than, like, risking getting Epona stuck there, I'll just walk it up to the tower. It's really not that far, except that's a giant moblin, and I do not want to fight him, so hopefully he'll just leave us alone. Wow, there are a lot of enemies up to this tower. I actually didn't realize how, like, dangerous this path was going to be. We should be able to outrun most of them, so I'm not really too worried, but dang, I probably would have brought Epona up here if I remember that there were so many enemies. I can't even stop to break that shiny rock. Oh well, whatever, not a big deal. Alright, who is actually still following us? Oh my gosh, that one freaking Bokoblin from, like, way down there is still following us. Like, bro, get a life, dude. Leave me alone. Oh, this might actually be an issue. I kind of forgot this Sheikah Tower is surrounded by these thorny bushes. I don't have any fire arrows, so I can't actually burn them away. I think there is a way to climb to the top without burning any of these things, but burning them will make it a whole heck of a lot easier. So I guess I do have some flint on hand, so I can probably use this. So best case scenario, I burn everything down in one... Oh, crap. I threw my flint right into the thorny bush and it broke apart. Oh, that kind of stinks. Alright, I got one more piece of flint to work with. So let's be a little bit more cautious with this one. Alright, that is way too far away. That is not going to light anything on fire. So let's try and move that a little bit closer. And at least start this bottom fire if we can. I don't think this will burn all the way to the... Really? Ah, that kind of stinks. Alright, I guess... Yeah, I guess we have to do this then. So bomb arrows, when they explode, they will start a fire. I really didn't want to use my bomb arrows, though, because they're kind of amazing. Like, this early on in the game, they do a ton of damage, and they're kind of rare. So, don't really want to waste those. But, kind of didn't have a choice here, so... Yeah, dang, it's a shame. I'm gonna try and climb as much of this tower as I can without using any bomb arrows. I may have to use one more near the top, we'll see. I really hope I don't have to, but, we'll find out. I remember on, like, my first playthrough, I actually did have a couple of fire arrows at this point, so I think what I originally did was just, like, burn everything away, and climbing this was a breeze, but... This is my own fault, considering I did have fire arrows earlier on, but I wasted them all because I have terrible aim, and I refused to buy any in Kakariko because I am a cheapskate. So, I guess we'll do it the old-fashioned way then. Thankfully, the game is nice enough to give you areas around all of these thorny, like, bush things, so we can just climb all the way to the top. It just might take a little longer. Alright, so I can probably make my way... almost to the top from here, although I might want to go to the left side, just because I think there's a clear path up over there if memory serves me well. Not too sure on that though. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna trust my gut feeling on this one, and okay, it looks like my gut feeling was wrong, because there are a bunch of like thorny vines blocking our path. That kind of stinks. You know what? Screw it. We'll just use another bomb arrow and clear this stuff out of the way. That way we can keep climbing up. Oh, man. This is my own fault. My bomb arrows, I'm wasting them all. This is my price to pay for being a cheapskate. Alright, guys. You know what? I guess I do recommend buying a couple of fire arrows in Kakariko before you leave then. I think in Hateno there might be an area where we can buy some more bomb arrows. They're pretty pricey, but you know what? I might just bite the bullet, because they will be helpful, especially in the first, like, major temple of the game. And I know that seems kind of far off right now, but it might be sooner than you think, because after we, like, go to Hateno and then maybe go back to Kakariko, we could technically start making our way towards the first dungeon of the game, which I might want to do. I might want to finish some more shrines first. Not too sure yet. We'll figure it out, though, and see what happens. Okay, finally, we made it all the way to the top. So, let's activate this pedestal. Sheikah Tower activated. Scanning area. And ta-da! Another chunk of the map has been filled out. Not too bad. Regional map extracted. So see, we're actually pretty close to Hateno already, and you can sort of see, like, the path that we're gonna follow there. While we're up here, though, let's see if we can spot any shrines along the way. I think there might be one that we can see from here. Maybe two. Actually, there's one in the distance there, but I think that's the one by the stable. Yeah, it is. So we've already completed that one. I'm really not seeing anything else over here. We can't actually spot the one in Hateno Village, so I guess I can mark that on the map, but we'll see that, like, the second we enter the village anyway, so, I mean, marking that now really doesn't change much. Alright, so I am sort of facing Epona, so let's, do our best to glide down back towards her direction. You know, it being cloudy right now is not really doing me any favors, because, I can't really see where she is, so I'm kind of just, like, making my best guess at where we sort of ended off. Should be around here. Uh-oh. Whoa, that was weird. That has never happened to me before. Like, even on my entire first playthrough, although I was playing on the Wii U version, like, this is the Switch version, but, I've never had it just, like, freeze, like, okay, Epona's way back there. I was way off. Oh my gosh, that's actually gonna work. I did not think whistling was gonna work, because if you do get too far away, the horses can't hear you, but I guess Epona was close enough that she heard us, so perfect! I'll just wait here for a little while then, and Epona should come running towards us. What a good horse. But, yeah, I cannot believe, like, it just stopped like that. That was so weird. I wonder if that's a thing that keeps happening on the Switch version. I really hope it doesn't. Like, it should be able to load faster because it is on a cartridge, and, well, I guess my Wii U version was digital, so there's that to consider, but, I mean, load times really shouldn't be that different, I would imagine. Yeah, whatever. That was kind of weird. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. That being said, though, guess what, guys? We're pretty much at Hateno. We can already see that we're approaching our red marker pin on the map, so any second now we should cross over into the village and be able to take on that shrine as well as go to the tech lab. Yeah, there's the entrance right over here. So ta-da, we made it to Hateno Village. Alright, so before we go and, like, take a tour of this area and I showcase all the different buildings and stuff that we can get, what do you say we just take care of that shrine? That way we can teleport directly here anytime we want to. There are technically, like, two teleportation pads for Hateno Village. There's one, like, directly inside the village, and then there's one we can activate near the tech lab. But we'll worry about that one in just a moment. For now, let's take on this shrine, shall we? And this one's actually pretty infamous. Like, I've seen a lot of posts online talking about this particular shrine. And to be totally honest, I'm not sure why. Like, a lot of people seem to have trouble with it. But, for me personally, it's really easy. So I'll do my best to explain what I do. That way, hopefully, you guys can sort of replicate that and not struggle with this shrine like I've seen a lot of other people doing. It does make use of one particular aspect of the game that I can see a lot of people not liking. And we'll talk about that once we sort of get to experience it. But here we are. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am whatever. In the name of the goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Okay, so this trial is a little bit different than most, and there's a couple of trials like this in the game. As you can see, there's this, like, weird machine here, and if we examine it with our Sheikah Slate, it allows us to control this entire platform by way of gyro motion controls, and I think that's where a lot of people struggle with this particular shrine. So really all you have to do is just be very careful in the way that you tilt it. I am using a Switch Pro controller to do this, by the way. There is a gyroscope inside the Pro controller, which probably does make this a little bit easier. Like, I could imagine this being slightly harder if you're using just the Joy-Cons, or even the Joy-Cons attached to the Switch itself. So maybe the Pro Controller makes this a little bit easier, but the hardest part for me at least is just this last section right here. But really what you want to do is line up the ball with the wall, tilt it downwards, wait till the last second, and then flick the controller back to launch the ball up. Hopefully I didn't launch it too far. I don't think I did, but if I did it right, yeah, the ball will just gently roll right down that slope and into the little switch thing. Uh-oh. That's not good. I should not have jumped right before the cutscene. Oh, no. Oh, man, that was my own fault. Oh, I cannot believe that just happened. Oh, well. Yeah, be very careful. Don't jump during cutscenes, especially if you're jumping off of something, because by the time the camera pans back to you, you may have missed your moment to activate your glider. That way you could safely make it to the platform you were aiming for. Anyways, as you guys may have seen, there was a chest inside that little maze area. So, actually, you know what? I don't think I tilted that back down far enough. Oh, man. Looks like we gotta double back then and re-tilt that. So, yeah, to get to it, what you want to do is make sure that little lip where you launch the ball off of is tilted down just a little bit more from, where that platform is. That way you could jump off it and glide towards the maze and land on the inside, and then you can walk around and go and grab the chest. So let me try and set this up correctly this time. Let me just bend it down. Probably about there should do it. And you know what? Just to prove my point, you can jump off this and survive. There we go. See? That's what I was trying to do before. Oh, at this point, yeah, you can actually end up the shrine. If you don't want to go for this chest, you can just talk to, like, the Sheikah monk and get out of here. But, I really want to get this chest. I'm sure it's nothing too amazing, but you know what? Might as well grab it while we're here. So, let's see what's inside, shall we? It is a bow. Alright, actually not a bad bow, and of course our inventory is full again. Let's see, what can I get rid of here? I guess I can get rid of this 4 bow, because it's kind of weak, and this one was like a 10 bow, so yeah, it's worth swapping out, I guess. Alright, now that we got that, let's get the heck out of here. Now, do not try and glide back to the main platform from that little lip. Instead, come back over here to, like, one of these edges. This should hopefully be high enough for us to glide all the way back there. Oh, this might be close. Come on. Oh, yeah, brother, we made it. Alright, sweet. So now that we've done that, we're pretty much done with this shrine. Let's get the heck out of here. I guess there really was only like one shrine that we could take on our way to Hateno, and that's the one inside the village. I know for a fact there is one more, but I think that's like across a couple of mountaintops, and would have taken quite a while for us to get there, and it would have been really far out of the way, so we'll no doubt just have to, like, get that one at a later time. I'm not really too worried about it right now anyways. So now that that is done, once we actually load back into Hateno Village here, there's quite a few things that I would like to show off. There's one building slash store that is sort of unique to Hateno. Probably won't be making use of it right now, but I do definitely want to point it out because I know there are some people who will love this thing. Alright, so we're back out here. Let's go and take a quick tour. I believe when it is raining, if you go into one of the shops, there is like an older male character that you can talk to, and he will give you a tour of the town, but since it's not raining, I don't think that's really an option right now. Anyways, to start things off, this is the general store. Here we can find some arrows, including bomb arrows, which I may just buy before we leave, some normal arrows, and over here there are some more ingredients that we can use for cooking. Fresh milk we can use to like make various different soups and stuff like that. So just more stuff that you can sort of experiment with. I believe up here is just like a bedroom of sorts, so yeah, nothing too important going on up here, but figured might as well show that off. So that's like the general store here in Hateno. A lot of cool stuff going on there. Right across the way though is another clothing shop. So let's pop inside and see what these guys have for sale. Here is the Hylian armor that we already have, and then there's also the soldier's armor, which is really, really nice. I actually use this for a majority of the game, so I may consider buying that. And then again, here's the warm doublet. If you didn't get it from the Gray Plateau, you can buy it here. By the way, if you didn't get it from the old man and you already left the Gray Plateau, if you go back up to where the old man's hut is, there should be a chest in there and you can get the warm doublet for free. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, here's the building that I wanted to show off. This is a dyeing store. So here, if you go inside, talk to this guy, he will actually be able to dye some of your clothing to different colors. So you can sort of like customize all the various different armors and clothings that you can buy to better suit your liking. Not going to bother doing that right now, but I figured I would mention that. And last but not least, right over here, we have another inn. So you can sleep there and pass some time if you'd like. Those are all like the main buildings here in Hateno, but yeah, obviously, as you can see, there are a ton of other like just normal houses that you can go into and talk to various different NPCs, stuff like that, which is something you may want to do because the NPCs usually can give you some useful information. I believe in Hateno you can actually buy a house here as well. That's something I did not do in my original playthrough, but once we get a little bit more money or anything else that we need to finish off first, I think I will try and figure out how exactly we go about buying a house here in Hateno, just because, I don't know, I feel like that would be kind of a cool thing to do. Alright, so now that we've sort of explained all of that, I guess we should start making our way up to the tech lab, which is actually what I'm doing now. Just follow this pathway all the way to the top of this mountaintop, and the tech lab is all the way up there. Yeah, I got quite a ways to go. I do actually want to point out this sign, though, because if we check it out, Tech Lab to our left, beach to the right, those are two very important areas. We'll probably head down to the beach at some point because there is a side quest that we can take care of down there. But for now, I just kind of want to worry about the Tech Lab. Like, that's where our next main objective is going to come from, so it sort of makes sense to do that right now. You also may have noticed all those torches along the pathway to the tech lab. Those will come into play very, very shortly. That being said, though, ta-da, guys! We've arrived at Hateno Ancient Tech Lab. Let's go inside and, talk to this guy starting off. Hello. I imagine you've never seen so many books in one place. Pretty incredible, isn't it? We've gathered all of Hyrule's known literature on ancient civilizations here. As for the actual number of books, well... Is that thing on your waist? Is that a Sheikah? There's no mistaking it. That's a real Sheikah Slate, isn't it? I've never actually seen one in person. If you could just show me the runes on it, I'd be most appreciative. Sure, yeah, why not? Stasis, Magnesis, yes, yes. The remote bomb and Cryonis. And what else? Let's see. So, that's it for runes, but, strange. It doesn't seem like you have the basic runes. I don't understand why they're missing. There must be some reason. Where are my manners? I nearly forgot to introduce myself. My name is Simon. You are... Link, right? How the heck did you know that? Lady Impa caught me up to speed. You see, we were told a young man holding a Sheikah Slate will appear, and you must do all you can to help him. He will be the hope that awakens from the slumber of restoration. His name will be Link. Oh dear, I forgot to tell you something very important. Director, listen, Miss Director. This is a real Sheikah Slate. Who's the director? Oh, that's right, I haven't introduced our director. Miss Purah happens to be right over there. As the Hateno Ancient Tech Lab Director, Miss Purah is the world's foremost authority on ancient Hyrule culture. Check it! I have the utmost respect for Miss Purah, and all she's accomplished. I'm honored to be her assistant. On that note, Link... You see, the director may look like a young girl, but... Well, maybe it's not my place to be telling you these things. You should talk to Miss Purah herself. For whatever reason, I just want to say Farah, and that's just because I play way too much Overwatch. Anyways, what's up? Hey, hey! Are you surprised? The director of this laboratory is not Simon, it's me! Snappity snap. Anyway, Linky, do you remember any dreams from your time in the Slumber of Restoration? You don't look like you've changed a bit in the last 100 years, but something must have happened in all that time. Well, no matter, I'm just happy you're still in one piece. Linky, what's with that look? You do still remember me, right? Can't say that I do, actually. Really? Well, I'm so shocked I don't know if I'll ever be able to recover from this. Even though 100 years ago I took you to the Shrine of Resurrection after Calamity Ganon fatally wounded you. Even though I was the one who put you safely into the Slumber of Restoration. Despite all that, you still don't remember me? Not really? As expected. After 100 years in the Slumber of Restoration, subject has lost all memories. Noted. Oh, sorry. I have a bad habit of taking notes rather abruptly like that. It's a charming quirk, isn't it? Sure. Anywho, do you have any questions for me? Aren't you a child? How very rude! Or perhaps it's not rude at all. I suppose it's actually a rather logical conclusion to jump to. The truth is, I look this way because of a failed experiment. Well, I say failed, but in some ways it was a success. I documented the full affair in my diary upstairs. But the whole thing is embarrassing, so I insist you refrain from reading it. Anyway, enough about that. Back to the topic at hand. Here you are after 100 years. Here to defeat Calamity Ganon, who is growing in strength with every passing moment. And to rescue our beloved Princess Zelda. That is, if you got the courage to try. And to help the one true hero, I, the one and only Purah, will restore the basic functions missing from the Sheikah Slate. And what do you say to that? Yes, please. I knew you'd say that. Alright then, first I need you to run an errand for me. What? Seriously? What's with that look on your face? You didn't think I'd fix your Sheikah Slate for free, did you? I mean, I kinda did. Post-Slumber of Restoration, subject is plagued by presumptuous tendencies. Noted. Let me explain what this errand entails. You know the unlit furnace on the wall just outside this laboratory? Could you please bring the blue flame from the ancient furnace in town? Oh, and also use it to light our furnace? This sweet little guidance stone will start working once you do that, allowing us to restore your missing runes. I wonder if young women these days still say things like sweet and little. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter anyway. Okay then, I'm counting on you for that blue flame. Alright, so let's go find that freaking ancient fire. We actually did sort of pass it in town, and that's where those torches along the way come into play. Also, there's the furnace that we need to light. I'm pretty sure we can just actually glide most of the way towards that blue flame. You can sort of just spot it very subtly off in the distance there, like it's sort of glowing just a little bit. That's where we want to go. It's kind of hard to see because it is cloudy right now, but as we get closer it should come into view a little bit better. Yeah, there it goes. So we need to bring that all the way back up to where the tech lab is, and it's a good thing it's not raining. Like when I first played through this part of the game on the Wii U, it was unfortunately raining, so I just had to like stand around and wait for it to like change to a different weather type, because obviously you can't walk around with a lit torch in the rain, it just goes out. Thankfully for us though, it is not raining, and I'm pretty sure I do have a torch on hand still. Yeah, there we go. It's a good thing I kept this thing. So, let's get some ancient fire and start our trek up to the top. Along the way, might as well light these torches. You don't really have to, but if by chance like it does start to rain or your torch does get extinguished somehow, like you accidentally start running or something like that, instead of going all the way back to that ancient fire, you can just go to one of these torches that you lit and continue from there. And once you light these torches, they do remain lit, even if it does rain sometime in the future, because they're sort of covered by those like weird stone roofs. They will be fine. Although, generally speaking, once you light the furnace on fire, you really don't need to worry about the ancient flame again, so yeah. And I really think there's only one other area like this in the entire game, so probably don't need to worry about Ancient Flames all that much. At least as far as I know, there's only one other area like this. There might be another one, but I never encountered it in my first playthrough. So if I haven't mentioned it before, you cannot run while you are carrying a torch or really any weapon, because the second you hit the run button, Link will put away whatever he's holding, including torches, and extinguish them. So obviously you can't just take it back out of your pocket to relight something. You would have to go back to either one of these torches or all the way back to the ancient furnace to relight your torch and then continue from there, which would kind of stink. Besides that though, I think that's pretty much everything you need to know about this area right now. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I overlooked, but I don't believe there is. Oh, actually, there is a farm, on this ridge somewhere, and, there's an NPC that lives there that will give you a side quest, and that's the side quest that takes place on Hateno Beach. So, I mean, you can sort of do that now if you wanted to, and I will do that eventually. It's just that, I kind of want to get this furnace lit right now and take care of, this main objective first. Then, we'll start worrying about the side stuff. Alright, so, I believe that is the last torch, which means on our way to the furnace now. By the way, there was no point in, lighting all of those torches. You don't actually get any bonus from doing so. No chest is going to magically spawn from lighting that in, say, another Zelda game. I just did it because, why the heck not? And there we go. Hateno Ancient Tech Lab is now set as a travel gate. Sweet, so now we can warp here anytime we want. Now that we've done that, though, let's head inside and talk to Purah once more. Hey, you! Linky, thank you so much. Now then, take a look over there. The guidance stone must be starting to react. There's nothing mysterious about it. This is pure science. Heh, my sweet little guidance stone. You sure know how to make this old researcher's heart flutter. Well then, let's go ahead and restore those Sheikah Slate runes for you. Give me a nice snap. Go on, no time to be shy about it. Snap? Question mark? That was pretty weak, but that's okay. Okay then, Sheikah Slate repair underway! Guidance stone lock removed. Now, let's do this thing! In you go, buddy. Sheikah Slate authenticated. Camera, Hyrule Compendium, an album missing files confirmed. Starting repair. Ooh, check it out. We got the camera rune. Now we can take selfies. A rune has been added. Sweet. And ooh, comes with some free pictures. Nice. And here is the Hyrule Compendium. This keeps track of pretty much everything in the game, actually. Repair complete. It's pretty impressive. And it's done. So, is it all fixed up now? Let's see here. Which one is it? Camera, Hyrule Compendium, album. Yep, looks good. So, I know this is sudden, but hear me out. Take a picture of me with the camera. Oh, and don't forget to let me see it. Fine. I'll tell you what, this lady is something else. Let's try and snap a nice quick picture of her here. This should be good. Save that one for the album. And now, let's just show it to her. Snap! How's the picture taking going? Did you get a cute pic of me with the camera? Yeah, I guess, here. Ooh, I can't wait to see it. Let me see, let me see. My, who is this beautiful young creature? Huh? Oh, I guess that's my cue. Sorry, I kinda lost it there. It wasn't on purpose. It's not just a pretty girl in these images. Yes, there are also some old landscape photos stored in the album. I knew Princess Zelda had made frequent use of the camera feature, but this... Hey Linky, it dawns on me that you were Princess Zelda's appointed knight, which means... there's a strong possibility that you accompanied her to all of these places where these pictures were taken. Alright, the lost memory thing could prove troublesome. But don't lose hope. It just means these pictures could be the missing pieces to help restore your lost memories. If my hunch is correct, I suggest you check in with Impa. She knows more about Princess Zelda than even I do. Oh yeah, there's just one more thing I need from you. You don't have to worry about this until after you see Impa, but I want you to bring me back some ancient materials. Bring them to either me or to Robbie at the Akala Ancient Tech Lab. As if my joy weren't enough, if you bring us ancient materials, we'll give you something good as a reward. Alright, let's do this. Well, that sounds interesting. Especially that Robbie character, because that means there's another ancient tech lab that we can visit. You might want to do that sooner than later, just putting that out there. Anyways, I think this is a good place to end off the video, so if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.